Hello, welcome back to Chris's Beer Reviews. How are you? Hope you're doing it really well. It's time for a beer review. And a beer that could be a bit special. Who knows? It's a Tribute Extra Special. There it is in its fine box. So this is the 2025 vintage from St.Austell Brewery. Their extra special tribute coming in as a good hearty 7.4% ABV. I picked this up in Waitrose. Allegedly it's a limited edition pale ale. And a 25 vintage 500ml bottle, which is always good. On the back, I'm not going to read this all out. It says this year's extra special tribute. This year's, I've never seen this before. How many years have they been doing this for? If you do want to know what it says on the back, it's right there. You can freeze that, pause it, whatever, and have a read. I've never seen it. In all the years I've been drinking beer, I've never seen St.Austell release an extra special beer. In fact, it says this year's indicates that this has gone on before. Maybe I should have read all of the back. It might have given me the answer. But honestly, I've never seen it before. First year I've ever seen this beer, so let's get on with it. Let's get past that bit. That there. We'll put it in the tribute glass. Bottle opener would be handy, wouldn't it? Oh, my son was up here in the pub shed last night with his friends. Oh, there we go, there's one there. So things are not where they should be. No drama. Quite like that he comes up here and uses it. That's what it's here for. So is this competing with the Fuller's Vintage Ale? Could it be trying to compete with that? You know, why not? They're both traditional type brewers, I suppose. Certainly with Fuller's, I know they're Asahi owned now, but Asahi have left Fuller's just to get on with it and carry on making great beer. St.Austell have always been quite a traditional type of brewery, but they do have some banging beers. Proper Black is one of my favourite, probably is my favourite St.Austell beer. I just wish it would be up at this end of the country. I have to go down south to buy a Proper Black. Fantastic black IPA, one of the best on the market. I like normal Proper Job as well, but their black IPA is just outstanding. Proper Black, watch my review of that. Anyway, I need some of that in my life. That is such a good beer from St.Austell. But anyway, let's have a look at this. Amber, coppery colour, a little head, nothing extraordinary looking. Almost looks a bit, I know it's probably the light in here and it probably looks a bit darker on your camera, but with my ring light it almost looks like a glass of iron brew. Very coppery and orangey in colour with good carbonation. Let's get on the aromas. Smells fruity, berry-like, bit of sweetness. It smells alright. It's not blowing me away. I want this beer to be good. Cheers. Yeah, it's pretty good. Decent body, should have for 7.4%. Yeah, I like the body on that. Almost a little bit sticky as well. But yeah, good body. Let's go again. I don't think it's in the same league as the Fuller's Vintage, and we're going to compare it to Fuller's Vintage. I haven't watched any other reviews, and we're going to compare it to that because it's also in a very similar looking box. Also a 500ml bottle, similar sort of ABVs, you know, round about the similar kind of pricing. So it is going to get compared to Fuller's Vintage Ale, and this for me isn't as good as a Fuller's Vintage Ale. That said, it's still a nice beer. It's a bit grassy, a bit earthy. The fruit are in there, kind of light to dark fruits like sultanas and raisins. Which one's the lighter out those two, sultanas or raisins? But anyway, you get the lighter versions, and that's kind of what you're getting. You're getting kind of sultana and raisin type vibe sitting in there, making it giving that kind of sweetness as well. You're certainly picking up on that sweetness, a little bit of kind of berry fruits, but more predominantly like the sultana and raisin type of sweetness, with that earthiness, a little bit floral, a little bit hoppy. But there is quite a sweetness running through it. The sweetness does kind of run all the way through it for me. Which spoils it a little bit. Kind of caramel going on. It's like a Christmas cake dialed down, not like a big heavy kind of dark Christmas cake, a real kind of doughy type Christmas cake. It's like a dialed down light version of a Christmas cake. And I kind of always pick up on a little type of marzipan vibe as well. But it is quite sweet. There is definitely a sweetness running through it that, pardon me, the carbonation's okay. Carbonation's pretty well balanced as well. But there is something that I'm not quite getting. Well, let's say something I'm not quite getting. There's something I'm not quite liking, is what I mean. There is something in there. It's a good beer. It feels like it's pretty well made. There's just something sitting in there that's not working for me, and I can't work out what it is, which is really irritating. The 7.4%, other than the mouthfeel, you'd never know it's 7.4%. No warmth, which is a good thing. I quite like that. Makes it nice and drinkable. But there is something about it. I don't know if it's because I'm in a bit of a crap mood. I've had a really crap morning. I've done a lot of sitting in traffic for a journey that you shouldn't sit in traffic for, and then it took me 45 minutes to find a parking space. And it just irritated me. It really wound me up, and I'm still irritated by it now. So maybe that's got something to do with it. I think mood can certainly affect your taste. Mood can certainly affect how you feel about something. So maybe they've got a bit of that going on as well. Let's have another try, and then we'll probably wrap it up. It's the sweetness. There's something about that sweetness that's irritating me, because everything else is there. Again, it's another beer where the sweetness is impacting the rest of the beer too much. Because at the back end, there is hoppy, there is floral. But that sweetness is just sitting on top of it and just kind of squashing it. So get out. That's what's irritating me. Because I think in there is a really good beer. Which they've just gone too heavy on a certain hop or something that's just makes that sweetness cut all the way through it. Other than that, I think it'd be a really good beer. It's not in the same league as Fuller's Vintage, which I do have coming. I could have picked it up in Waitrose, but I've ordered it from Fuller's because I've also ordered their Imperial Stout, and I've ordered their limited edition Porter that they've got coming out as well. So I've got those three coming, so I will review probably the three of those. But yeah, this isn't in the same league. There's almost a tiny bit of soapiness going on as well, which is a bit weird. Now that it's all gone, there's just left with this tiny little hint of soap. Not an aggressive soap, but it's there. Yeah, that's... I don't know. I think I like it. I don't know. The sweetness takes too much of it. I know I'm done. I'm just going to waffle on and moan. So I'm going to get out of this. See you all soon on another one.